On a field not far from D.C., there's no time for fatigue or sore muscles. Athletes Unlimited lacrosse fans have witnessed in wonder while the best near the finish line. Today, Taylor Cummings plans to cement her golden grip on the leaderboard, while Shayna Pareka shoots for two with blue chip dance moves on Fox Sports. Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse on Fox Sports is presented by Geico. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com. Championship weekend continues under sunny skies. Today, Taylor Cummings leads her team into an unbeaten matchup with the squad piloted by Katie Glynn. All eyes on the prize right now. The Geico leaderboard shows you who's in line for medals by close of business Sunday. Taylor Cummings has put some distance between herself and the chase pack. The margin is razor thin from second to fifth place. The top four will be honored, and only one gets to be champion. It is so nice to see you again. Alongside Courtney Martinez-Connor, I'm Joe Beninati. Court was a five-time national champion at Maryland. Court, both of these teams, they rolled to victory yesterday. So what should the carryover effect be this afternoon?
Well, when you think of both of these teams, you think they're coming off of wins and they're confident, but two very different wins. Team Cummings in gold, they had a decisive win. They won each and every quarter, and that earned their team a lot of points. However, Team Glynn in blue, when they were playing, things were a little bit tighter. However, they were still able to come up with 3 of the 4 quarter wins. And when you're playing well, that's going to translate to the next day, but this is just their second game together.
Team Cummings is loaded with prime offensive personnel. They get goals from everywhere, including the cross of the highly explosive Sam Apuzzo.
Sam Apuzzo, she does such a great job on the field. When she is not taking the draw, she capitalizes by putting herself in the best possible position. Right place, right time offensively. Sam works well with others in the two-man game, always changing her attacking position, but it's also her ability to set herself up for success by her quick changes of direction, in addition to that incredibly precise shot.
Apuzzo ranks in the top 8 at the moment. If she goes ballistic in these last 2 games, she can sneak into the top 4. Another player to highlight with a championship on the line this weekend is Kayla Trainer. And Courtney, I'm not sure you'll find a better Dodger in this entire league.
Kayla is so explosive on the field. Not only is she crafty at taking the draw, but she's also incredibly skilled on the offensive end of the field. She's patient. She sets herself up at the right time to swoop in, run that almost 40 yards. And then behind the cage, we talked about her quickness. She has the ability, whether a defensive player is in good position or not, to reach and shoot around. Despite missing 3 games to tend to a personal family matter, Trainer's handiwork has her on the verge of a medal in tomorrow's closing ceremony. So, Court, how did we get here on the leaderboard? Players pick up individual stat points, team win points, and if they're MVP worthy, that doesn't hurt either. The best way to win points is when your team does well. Every single quarter, you have the opportunity to win, and that's worth 20 points. The overall game is worth 45. However, MVPs are decided at the end of each game. 3, whether you win or lose, you have the opportunity, and how people notice you is by doing well statistically. That's causing turnovers, scoring goals, making saves. We began 5 weeks ago with 58 of the top players in the game. Divvied them up weekly into 4 squads via a captains-only draft. The weekends were booked solid, and just one player gets to be the inaugural champion. We like to bring you onto the field from time to time, and these 2 teams are getting ready for game number 27 of 30 in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Team Glynn in blue, Team Cummings in the gold today. Both of them successfully starting weekend number 5 with Friday night wins. And Courtney has mentioned that they have been authored in different ways. When you are Team Cummings with all that offensive personnel, it's got to be a very comfortable feeling for netminder Britt Reed. Hey, Britt, you told me that you tried studying German at Oregon. Playing goal in Athletes Unlimited has to be easier than that, right?
Oh my God, for sure. That is brutal. Never again.
What are you looking forward to today the most?
Just playing with this team. We played as such a team yesterday and had such a team win, and that was so fun. Hopefully we can stick together and do that again today.
Have another good one, Britt. Thanks.
Thank you.
At the opposite end, Angie Benson gets the call for Team Glenn. Angie, what are you and your mates talking about as trying to improve from one day to the next?
Honestly, we're just trying to have a day. I think everyone's due for one. Yesterday was just a gritty win, and today we just want a clean one.
77, have yourself a day. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
We'll be checking in with Angie and with Britt from time to time. We have other players mic'd as well. The officials, Erica Leslie, Peggy Salucci, Liz Brush, and Kathy Russo working this afternoon. Joe Beninati, Courtney Martinez-Connor with you. Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse on Fox Sports, presented by Geico. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com. The draw controls, as they were yesterday, commanded by Taylor Cummings. She gets the first offensive touch. 6-on-6. Maureen Hendricks Field at the Maryland Soccerplex, some 30 miles north of Washington, D.C. Michelle Tumalo was playing a little bit under the weather yesterday. She coughed it up a bit. 5 turnovers on her ledger. Those are costly. Closing in Marie McCool with MC Byrne outside the arc. There's an 8-meter key in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. A 60-second shot clock as well. McCool to the goal. Bounce shot. And they're 1 for 1.
This is a different style of defense that Team Cummings faced yesterday. Team Glenn played a man-to-man defense. So trying to throw off Team Cummings from the very beginning. Oftentimes when you see a zone, they're trying to make the opposing team feed that ball inside, but it's about the initiation. And Marie McCool did that so very well. If no player is absolutely playing you, you want to make sure to challenge to the cage, make them have to pick you up. Right here we see her run through the sticks, which is often what you teach in a zone defense. Run through the stick, have yourself an opportunity closer to that goal cage.
Marie McCool took an awkward tumble yesterday, and today we're seeing her with a brace on her left knee. Doesn't prevent her from bagging goal number 26 on the season. When you score, you get your team 1 point. You get 12 for yourself on the overall leaderboard. We will crown a champion tomorrow. 27 in the goal. Taylor Cummings leads on the overall leaderboard as we begin play this Saturday afternoon, and Cummings has control of another draw. McCool from the top side. It's an embarrassment of riches offensively for Team Cummings when you figure they have a Puzo lurking around the goal circle. McCool with the ball down on the deck. Good scoop, and on the run, here comes Perella. Another player who can really bring it. McCool is very slow to get back up. That left knee is not feeling well for 40 in the gold. Ball at the midline. Geiger there to goose it back over, and her team will stay 6-on-6.
Incredibly smart play by the defense right there. If the ball comes over that 50-yard line, then it's immediate change of possession. It's called back and forth. So you can actually hit it right to your player, which is what Katrina Geiger did defensively in order to keep possession with Team Glenn.
Back behind the cage, this is Fortunato turning topside on Pelton. Loop it over the top. On the move, Shayna Pareca, one of the league leaders when it comes to two-point tallies. There's a foul. It's going to be called against Cummings as she decked Perella.
Joe, I think she's going to be awarded a yellow in this instance. It looked like she caught her right on the head, and she did. I'm surprised that the referees are not pulling out a yellow. Anytime a player is checked in the head, that's the go-to call, even in Athletes Unlimited when things are more physical.
Perella off the free position. Shot, she scores! Alyssa Perella.
Alyssa Perella, she is such a quick midfielder, causing turnovers, scooping up ground balls, but it was her ability to take off quickly from this 8-meter line. We saw her quickly at the end, just hedge to her left ever so slightly to give her stick a little bit more space before pulling it back for a quick fire. That allows you more space away from that defensive player so she cannot block that shot.
Alyssa Perella, the rookie from Hofstra, getting her microphone readjusted. Thanks very much to Kristen Carr for the help out there. Perella now with tallies in 10 of her last 11. What a summer it's been for her over the last 5 weeks.
Oftentimes when players are coming off of their NCAA season, they can use that as a springboard, and many of the young players here in Athletes Unlimited are incredibly fit.
Off this draw, the control belongs to Katie O'Donnell, who played collegiately at Penn State. We're 1-1, just past the 2-minute mark of the opening quarter. Starting today, just 4 games remaining on the Athletes Unlimited slate. You may have seen Perella lose the microphone a few seconds ago as Trainer works inside the 8-meter key. Kayla fires that one wide of Britt Reed in the cage. Reed, who leads all of the goalies in this league in total saves. For every save, you get 6 points. Good takeaway there. A forced turnover and a pickup for Kira Pelton. Pelton's outlet for Little. She keeps it hot to Tumalo. Unsettled situation here. Great cut. Better save. Benson with a high-ray robbery stop from point blank. Carr with plenty of get up and go. Kristen's going to the goal. Flips it off for Kayla Trainer. They'll set up 6-on-6, 3 minutes into the contest.
We see how quickly these players can transition from one side of the field to the other. It's just 80 yards between goals, a shorter field than what they're used to, so they're able to use their athleticism and speed, and the game makes it so much quicker.
Grace Gabriel fires, and going to the splits, Britt Reed makes that stop. These teams that were drafted back on Monday by their respective captains, roster sizes 14 or 15 total. On the move, it's Pelton to clear. Tumalo, we wish her well. Michelle will be the new head coach at the United States Military Academy. Marie McCool offers this one. It winds up back behind the cage for Apuzzo. Tumalo tries it again with MC Byrne, who joined Athletes Unlimited in week 2. Tumalo fires. That one rings iron. Follow-up chance. Benson gets that. Ball down atop that goal circle. Kayla Wood looking for it. Wood among the top 7 on the leaderboard from her defense position, 45 in the blue. 5-person scramble for the loose ball, and Cookie Carr comes out with it. More than halfway through the opening frame, a 1-1 score. Perella for the team in blue. McCool has tallied for the team in gold. Geiger going to the cage, and she whistled that high. Closest to the ball where and when it leaves the field after the shot gets possession. The officials say it belongs to Team Glenn. We'll get you back for more. The first quarter continues right after this TV timeout. Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse on Fox Sports is sponsored by Guaranteed Rate. If you believe it, you can do it. Happy joy for Lindsay Ronbeck yesterday. She was a part of a 13-6 win. Marie McCool had a hat trick as they downed Team Oldmiller. Then Team Cummings squares off with Team Glenn today for you on Fox Sports. Taylor Vanthoff looking for more goals as Kayla Trainer spies a medal this weekend. 1-1 just past the midway mark of the opening quarter. Another sunsplash day here. Fans, we want to get you even closer to the game. Join the Unlimited Club for free by downloading the Athletes Unlimited app today. You'll receive the latest news and updates into the palm of your hand. Stream digital games, unlock special access, and more. If you're looking for more than that, then we need you to upgrade. Upgrade that membership for a whole year of behind-the-scenes access, all the Athletes Unlimited seasons. Join the players in voting for game MVPs and the end-of-season awards. As far as yesterday was concerned, Court, Team Cummings at the bottom of the screen, a nice, clean sweep. There haven't been very many in the first 26 games. In tight, the chance finds a home as Trainer had just enough room to make that arm swing and create the lead.
Kayla Trainer, we're going to talk about her a lot, not just on the offensive end of the field, but also if she gets the call to take the draw. as Cummings has been so dominant on it thus far. But in the beginning, we talked about her ability to get her stick up and around that defensive player. She has a knack for not being able to hit the defense. We see her in excellent position defensively. She's sitting low. However, Kayla's able to jump up and around that defensive player. Again, it takes a lot of skill, craftiness to know who you're playing against, and she knows that defensive player well. They were teammates in college.
Becca Block, one of the finalists for Defensive Player of the Year in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. A 2-1 lead as Trainer was sensational last weekend. She picked up better than 400 points. Draw possession belongs to the team in gold. That's Team Cummings. They've taken 3 of the first 4. Swinging on back for Michelle Tumalo. Tumalo, one of the league leaders in assists. Cummings, one of the league leaders in golds, and the overall leader on the leaderboard, which matters most by tomorrow night. McCool off the pump fake. She'll re-dodge away from O'Donnell. Halfway through the 60-second shot clock. Stevens is next in line. Molly, a former Florida Gator captain. Cummings leans in against Geiger. Bring it this way for Tumalo. Off the pump fake, Ronbeck with 13 seconds to shoot. Michelle Tumalo, sharp angle. Apuzzo inside looking for the quick stick of Stevens, no sail. Ball down, shot clock soon to expire as the horn blares out.
Excellent defensive stand by Team Glenn. They're continuing to stay in their zone. It's all about shifting and moving, playing an area as opposed to any one player. That's what makes it difficult offensively to penetrate that. Again, you need to initiate, move your feet, send some cuts, look for a dodge to begin everything. Otherwise, the defense is really going to pack it in each and every possession.
O'Donnell and Vanthoff, Taylor that is, checking the shot clock along with help from Grace Gabriel. On the jog, back behind the cage, working in. Shayna Pareca, who was the 2-point scoring hero an evening ago. Gabriel closing inside the key. That sidewinder over the head of Reed. Shot clock is at 14 with 1 minute and 34 seconds to go in the first. There's a timeout on the field. Just 3 points on the board, the last of which came from Kayla Trainer. Today, we work at Maureen Hendricks Field of the Maryland Soccerplex, and we shout out thanks to the presenting field partners, the good people at Geico, for their assistance throughout the 5 weeks of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Great to work with them and all of our generous sponsors. Joe Beninati, Courtney Martinez, Connor with you. Shouting out thanks to all the men and women in our technical crew for their efforts. An early day for them. Fans, we remind you, time for you to earn points for watching today's broadcast. Take out your phone, enter the code on the screen into your Athletes Unlimited app to earn points. If you don't have the Athletes Unlimited app, head over to the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. Start earning points to unlock exclusive rewards. Stay in the know about all things Athletes Unlimited, which was launched in 2020 with women's softball in Rosemont, and we are now just a week away from the start of season number 2 in softball. And Courtney, it's been fun checking out the social media, seeing how the players are getting used to their second season in the Chicagoland area. They were at a baseball game recently, we could tell. As far as the game within this game is concerned, Taylor Cummings, the top spot, a lengthy lead over the netminder, Katie Glynn.
You know, in order to slow the players wearing gold down, you need to make sure that you're not just winning an overall game against them, but ideally you have more MVPs from your team. You're able to overtake the players that are in lead quarter to quarter as well, because the team in gold, they've had such dominating wins so far, and that's why their team consistently moved up. They're doing those little things, winning every single draw control, which is continuing in today's game.
Trainer continues to be matched up with Becca Block. Block put that ball down on the field. Britt Reed out of the goal circle to help, and she'll come up with a scoop. Off of the turnover created by Becca Block. When you cause a turnover in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse, you pick up 12 points for yourself. Taylor Cummings on the move. Tumalo swings it on around. Get it topside to McCool. Ronbeck joins the party a little late, 6-on-6. In the final 50 seconds of the opening quarter. Cummings, isolated. Wood there potentially as a double. They're in zone. This is sent wide of the cage, the backup for Ronbeck. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Lindsay propels towards the key. McCool off the split dodge. Crossed up Ronbeck there. That'll roll towards the sideline. Another shot clock violation right here. One last possession in the quarter. It belongs to Team Glenn. There are 20 points on the line if Team Glenn in blue holds on to the lead. Taylor Vanthoff with 10. Hench going to the cage. Taylor turns the net. Shut off there by Reed. It's just sent wide. Backed up and an effort there. Trainer goes an air gate. Does it count? Emulating her college head coach with the air gate move. Does it count?
Joe, that was quickness and a very heads-up play by Kayla Trainer. I thought time was expiring very quickly when you looked at Taylor Hench challenging, but Kayla immediately picked up that ground ball, used her one-handed strength to give one last-ditch effort. What matters right now is whether or not the ball was out of her stick when she shot.
The officials to the table to check out the tablet. We share this. The ball has to be out of Kayla's cross before 0-0-0. Ugh. A spectacular individual move. She celebrates, hoisting into the air, a la Gary Gate. She says, count it. Do the officials.
I mean, unbelievable right there, but we see that the ball is still in her stick. Tremendous effort. I mean, I want it to count just because that was so amazing.
Give it to her anyway, but it shouldn't count. Officials today, Erica Leslie, Peggy Salucci, Liz Brush, and Kathy Russo. Kathy is the table official.
I can't hear anything.
The ball has to be out of the cross before 0-0-0, and we seem to have a definitive look that Kayla was a split second late. By that look, the ball's well in her cross and time has expired.
No goal. No goal, table. Yeah, no goal.
So that tally's washed out. As a way of consolation, however, the team dressed in blue does pick up the 20 points for winning the opening quarter, 2 points to 1. We will get you back to Maureen Hendricks Field in just a few moments to continue tearing it up.
Impossible? Ha! Watch me. That word is not in my vocabulary. Welcome to my mentality, where I will show you freedom, recognition, for every athlete, every woman, for my team, for me. Say my name because I am the best at what I do. The All-American, the Olympian. My craft is my free expression, where I compete to win. I stand for racial equality, gender equality, income equality, as a guaranteed, tangible reality. Welcome to where I play, where I am free.
Powerful video, powerful spoken words. Be unlimited. Team Glenn has the advantage over Team Cummings. 8 minutes into this contest. We're done with one quarter with Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. As far as the MVP voting has been concerned, throughout 5 weekends of play, Taylor Cummings finds herself #1 in that regard as well.
Not surprised with that. Obviously, Kayla Trainer missed an entire weekend. I have a feeling if she was here for all 5 weekends, she would be in the top.
Kayla missed a weekend to tend to a personal family matter. We invite you folks to be with us on the final day of this inaugural Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse season. Join us at Maureen Hendricks Field at the Maryland Soccerplex. Tickets are still available for tomorrow. AUProsports.com. That's AUProsports.com/tickets/lacrosse. Playing in front of friends and family and special guests today are we. The fans have been terrific to us over the last 5 weekends. They have been treated to a jamboree of elite level lacrosse. Winding to a conclusion, a Defensive Player of the Year to be crowned tomorrow. 4 medalists, the top 4 on the leaderboard will be honored, and 1 individual champion. Could it be Kayla Wood? Wood's still in that discussion, and she would need to have monstrous performances today and tomorrow to overtake the likes of number 27 in goal, Team Cummings, who finds herself with her mates trailing by 1 after 1. On the move, it's Perella, so fleet of foot, stabbed there by Reed. She gets 6 points for that stop, and outlets quickly to Molly Little. Little on the go, the former University of Denver captain, lost it there, and it's back in possession for Team Katie Glenn. Katie comes off the bench in the second half to play goal.
Joe, we've talked a lot about individual statistic points. When you cause a turnover, it's basically equal to scoring a goal. That was 12 points that she just earned on that in addition to a ground ball.
20 points on the line for everybody on your side should you win the quarter. If the quarters are tied, the points carry over from one frame to the next. Taylor Vanthoff stripped from the blind side. There's a caused turnover right on cue, Courtney. As Britt Reed saves that ball, the takeaway was made by Molly Little. Give her 12, just like scoring a goal at the opposite end. McCool weaving ahead. Marie scored 41 seconds into the game. Since then, Team Cummings, that was so prolific yesterday, has been shut down. Long 2-point attempt from Taylor, vacuumed up by Angie Benson. Benson pilots this clear. She's been wearing 77, she's told us, since around age 11. Save total, bottom of the screen. Both keepers well into the contest. Shayna Parecka sharing the rock with Perella, and then on around for Grace Gabriel. Kayla Trainer picked up by Becca Block. Block forced the ball down. Recovery though for Parecka, 18 seconds to shoot. Trainer inside, that hits the post. Kayla Trainer hit the bottom of the post there. She could easily have 4 goals already.
Joe, you're only going to get an opportunity to score when you shoot. The more shots you take, the more opportunities, and we saw that yesterday from Team Glenn, out-shooting Team Ohlmiller.
2-1, all the tallies back in the opening frame. We play 8-minute quarters in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Michelle Tumalo slowing the tempo. Cummings off the pump fake from behind the 8-meter key. McPartland there, 38 in goal, did not play yesterday. She was on the injured list. Apuzzo looking for Tumalo, gets her signals crossed. This is going to roll to the sideline. Ronbeck with a hustle and 20 seconds to shoot. 5 minutes in the half. Tumalo, switch it up to Apuzzo. Around the horn, that bid was blocked. Good defensive effort there by Gabriel. Tumalo feeds inside, just quick stick wide by Stevens. 5 seconds to shoot. And we hear a timeout being called. 4:48 to play, second quarter. Low scoring here in Maryland. Just a little bit past the bottom of the hour. Good of you to join us on this 83-degree day with Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse, a 2-1 advantage for Team Glenn. Folks, you can own a piece of Athletes Unlimited history with a first ever Topps trading card set for professional women's lacrosse. The limited edition sets feature all the athletes plus additional cards about the league and randomly inserted serial numbered parallels, including player autographs and Nike Golden tickets. Sets are available to purchase now through August 27th at Topps, that's T-O-P-P-S, Topps.com. The only opportunity to purchase this unique collectible, get yours on the Geico leaderboard, numbers 1 through 15 on display, and it is Taylor still on top. A healthy lead over Kaylee Waters. We'll see Waters and Oldmiller in the second game. As far as Taylor's concerned, how she's amassed better than 1,700 points, you see it on the screen. Or you did, as Taylor looks for more, stopped by Benson. Rebound vacuumed up by Wood. Kayla Wood looking to clear with 4.5 to go in the first half.
And that's a tough one defensively after that tremendous stop that Team Glenn just did. Now they're giving another opportunity for a high-powered offense of Team Cummings. At some point, they're going to figure out the zone, how to penetrate it, and give themselves better opportunities to have quality shots.
20 points are on the line for whomever wins the second quarter. Right now, we are scoreless in that frame, and the zone defense is frustrating the team in goal. Katie Glenn's squad getting tallies from Alyssa Perella and Kayla Trainer, a 2-1 lead. McCool now on the free position. Marie McCool going to the goal. She snapped it high. She was badgered by Katie O'Donnell. McCool will try it again. Slips this one towards the top of the circle. Batted away by Wood. And Kayla does not get the ground ball there. Apuzzo does with a great effort. McPartland will switch it to McCool. 20 seconds to shoot. The officials want to talk it over, however. Will we get a reset of the shot clock?
No reset, no possession.
Thank you very much for the clarification to Liz Brush. 3:47 left. And Taylor Cummings' team with a goal for Marie McCool in the game's first minute. And absolutely dry since. Tumalo waits. McCool inside. That backhand shovel goes high from Stevens. She was crunched in the small of the back. Tumalo brings it back in late in the shot clock. Score! Stevens converts that one.
Joe, we talk so often about Michelle Tumalo and why she and other feeders have so many turnovers. Oftentimes, as the clock is winding down, they throw almost a Hail Mary to the inside, counting on their teammates to catch that ball. She was bringing this in. She just had seconds on the line. Obviously, you saw right there that O'Donnell almost got her stick on that, but Stevens was able to extend her arms, reach out for the snag, and a nice quick finish before the time expired.
Ending a drought of better than 8 minutes. Molly Stevens with the goals in 9 of her last dozen games. She has 16 total on the season. Biggest game for Molly was a hat trick back against Team Arsenal in week 3. Dempsey was very high on the overall leaderboard up until last weekend when she was injured. Arsenal on the injured list, will not compete in week 5 as well. 2-2 score with 3.5 to go in the opening half. With Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse on Fox Sports, presented by Geico. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com. Taylor Van Thoff Ready to draw. Opposite of Sam Apuzzo. Russo has him lined up. Kicked ahead and controlled by Marie McCool. Give her 2 points for the draw control. Marie is a player like many in Athletes Unlimited who will totally fill up the box score line.
Not only were we seeing different defenses today than yesterday, but two completely different draw takers for both Team Cummings and Team Glenn. From what we saw yesterday, Kayla Trainer taking most of them for Team Glenn, and then Taylor Cummings taking most for her own team.
It'll take a while, but for now, the offenses are wildly out of sorts. Just 2-2. Cummings, especially quiet by her standards. McCool directing traffic. Taylor Cummings and McCool playing catch. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Tumalo whistles that one off the shoulder of Benson. Backed up on the end line by Apuzzo with a brand new 60-second shot clock after that one grazed the shoulder of Benson. Stevens, the last person to strike. Sets it for Tumalo. She'll sweep from the top. Ronbeck off the face dodge. Cummings. Then Apuzzo. Outside the key, that's McCool. Feed it in there, just flexed wide. Stevens takes a beating inside on those feeds. More than halfway through the shot clock. One more time, bang, bang! Apuzzo with a quick stick.
It's been back-to-back goals now. Off of the inbound play, bringing the ball in from out of bounds. Sometimes you catch the defense not in their set positions. That seems to have occurred twice now. Move the ball quickly to a cutter. We see Michelle Tumalo yet again feeding an open Sam Apuzzo on the inside. Sometimes it just takes a bunch of cuts to get that defense shifting and moving because they're only playing an area, not a particular person.
Courtney, these great players make that quick stick move look so easy. What's involved in it?
You know, it's all about soft hands. You want to give back ever so lightly and then just quickly release it. So there's no cradle. When we teach the younger players, we talk about it's like catching an egg. You want to really give and then immediately push-pull for your pass and or shot.
Apuzzo with tallies in all 14 games this season. Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse has launched athlete causes in partnership with the Give Lively Foundation. Let's learn about the cause of Becca Block.
Hi, my name is Becca Block and I'm playing for Harlem Lacrosse. I chose to play for Harlem Lacrosse because I have a personal connection coaching at Harvard. We work with Harlem Lacrosse in Boston and try and support the young kids. They come and interact with our players just to see what it's like to be a student athlete at Harvard and to play lacrosse.
Thanks, Becca. We had a chance to interact with Harlem Lacrosse and City Lax in the early weeks of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Becca Block, who says lacrosse has given her everything, right? School, best friends, the ability to travel, and what a wonderful career she fashioned at Syracuse.
You know, so many players chose Harlem Lacrosse as their cause, near and dear to many players within Athletes Unlimited.
Give Lively Foundation making a grant equal to 50% of the athletes' end-of-season bonus to their nonprofit partners. We have a 3-2 game. Taylor Cummings' team with each of the last two markers separated by about 1 minute and 35 seconds. In-game on the leaderboard, Taylor Cummings is in control. Glenn and Trainer, Wood and Reed to follow. Britt Reed's made a bunch of stops in this game. She's climbed in among the top 6. The top 4 will receive medals tomorrow at the closing ceremony. Final 1 minute and 55 seconds of the opening half. Game 27 of the 30 this season. There's your matchup, Trainer and Apuzzo on the draw.
So this is another new one. Anytime a team is placing it where they want to be, it's more so strategy. We see Sam directing her teammates around the circle, telling them where that ball is going to go.
This is the teacher and the student, right? Didn't they work together?
They did. Kayla taught many a great draw takers at Boston College. Kayla learning initially under Gary Gate during her time as a player at Syracuse.
Carr runs for cover. Team Cummings in the gold jerseys has the lead in the game and the lead in this quarter, gunning to win the 20 points that are on the line. Pareca likes to shoot with her left. She feeds with the right to Fortunato. Fortunato is another fantastic goal scorer on the team dressed in blue. Gabriel isolating in, rolls on Byrne, gets inside, and scores! Grace Gabriel with the individual effort.
We're seeing two very different styles offensively. A lot of isolations set up for Team Cummings. I'm sorry, Team Glenn. Team Cummings has a lot of cuts in action because of the different styles of defense. When there's man-to-man defense, you can clear a lane. When there's just 6 attackers and 6 defenders out on that field, you can give yourself more space, make the slides have to come from a farther distance. And we see right there that quick shiftiness. She did 2 dodges. When your first one doesn't work, you want to make sure to back that up with a second quick dodge. So she was looking to roll, rolled right back, and then a nice inside finish. We saw that defense coming from a far distance yet again. So in a man, isolations are ideal.
Worthy of a heaping helping of her favorite ice cream. She's a chocolate ice cream fan on this 80-degree-plus day at Maureen Hendricks Field, about 30 minutes north of Washington, D.C. The count level at 3 apiece. In this second quarter alone, Team Cummings has 8 of the 10 shots. Whoa, Cummings just barreled into Wood, put her flat on her back. Courtney, things happen pretty quickly around that draw circle at midfield, don't they?
They absolutely do. This was a rule back when all 12 players could roam the entire field. There weren't restraining lines. Obviously, Athletes Unlimited has evolved even more, but 3 people just playing on the field, there's still contact. And when they put in restraining lines, it was to minimize the contact. But when 2 people are going hard for a ball, a 50-50 ball, you know, there's going to be collisions.
Athletes Unlimited, we play 10 on 10. 8-minute quarters. We have just about 1 minute left in the opening half. 20 points are on the line right now. The lead belongs to Team Cummings, 2 points to 1. Sneak attack here. Benson makes the save. She straightened up to make that stop on the dangerous Apuzzo. 50 seconds left. Benson trying to help out on the clear. Switching sides. This pass is on the mark for Perella. And we hear the whistle and the timeout called for by Team Glenn. Captain Katie comes off the bench in the second half to play goal. Kayla Wood getting help from Tiana Walfer as those 2 defenders talk strategy in this 3-3 game. Late in the half, we thank our presenting field partners for their sponsorship. Big shout out of thanks to Geico. Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse, the only league driven entirely by the athletes. These teams selected back on Monday, playing the second of 3 games this weekend. And Courtney, we've seen the turnaround from the night games Friday to the early day games on Saturday. At times will cause the teams to be a little bit out of sync.
You know, Team Glenn, they played in the 8 o'clock game last night. They certainly had less rest than Team Cummings. So they definitely want to manage the clock as much as they can because their legs are going to feel a little heavier.
We're going to have a champion inscribed into the Book of Unlimited tomorrow. The book weighs about 25 pounds, 500 pages long, opened during the opening ceremonies for softball originally. And we get back to work with it for the first time in lacrosse tomorrow.
You know, what a tradition that has begun, obviously starting with softball and then ending with each season. After the champions' names are inscribed inside of the book, after that final game, we're going to see that here in lacrosse tomorrow.
3-3 the score right now on the overall leaderboard. Cummings, Waters, Glenn, and Trainer. So 2 keepers among the top 4. And Kayla Trainer prominently now among the top 4 and in medal position. There will be 4 medalists tomorrow at the closing ceremony. Wood with some get up and go, able to clear in the final 30 seconds of the half. If we are tied in this quarter, those points would carry over. The team in blue needs to put a point on the board to do just that. Pareca carving inside, sidewinder that goes wide of the goal. On the backup, the officials are going to give the ball to Kira Pelton. Pelton running away from the ride of Kayla Trainer. All the way to the midline. Then she coughed it up. Carr with a take back, 3 seconds, then 2. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Cummings fouled Carr there in midfield. That's going to just about do it for the opening half. And in quarter 2, a reversal of the first. 2-1 in favor of Team Cummings. Everybody in the gold will pick up 20 points.
Joe, it looked like off of that timeout coming in, I was expecting an offensive set for Team Glen. It looked a little bit less organized than what I was expecting because they needed a goal and or a two-pointer to 2-point to win, a goal to tie, and that way those second quarter points could have been pushed to the third. But as you mentioned, at this point, Team Cummings is walking away with 20 points for that second quarter.
Flip-flop the score. 2-1 Glen in the first, 2-1 Cummings in the second. It all adds up to 3-3 at the halftime break. Taylor Cummings is joining us. And Taylor, when I look at that scoreboard, I don't see very often a 3-3 game. So what gives offensively?
I think Blue's doing a good job in their zone. We've started to figure it out a little bit as the half has gone on. Just need a little bit more ball movement, move our bodies a little bit more, and find the open girl.
Taylor, talk about your defense. They often don't get enough praise, but they've only allowed 3 goals in an entire half. What are they doing?
They're just doing a really great job communicating, getting on hands, pressuring out. Britt's playing awesome in cage, and now we need to take care of it on the offensive end and help them out for when they're doing really well.
Taylor, we thank you for the input. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Taylor Cummings on top of the overall leaderboard. Her team involved in a 3-3 skirmish with Team Glen taking over this town.
This isn't your pretty pink umbrella in a drink night. This ain't your spaghetti strap little black dress night. All I'm saying is that you better get your game face on. Vodka Red Bull, make it strong. We're tearing it up all night long. Turn it up. Turn it up. No, I can't get enough. Turn it up.
Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse on Fox Sports is presented by Geico. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com. Grace Gabriel, the last point on the board in this 3-3 tussle. Team Glen squaring off with Team Cummings, 2 teams unbeaten so far this weekend. Folks, our players have been asked to talk about self-belief, a time of reflection, and how it affected their career as we learn more from Britt Brown.
I've always had a chip on my shoulder. Whether or not that's healthy or not, I'm not a medical professional, so don't ask me. But I've always had people telling me I can't get something because of X, Y, and Z. I was always normally the least affluent in my class, as well as normally one of the only BiPAC individuals in my class. I felt completely isolated during a lot of my education due to that fact. You know, I was wearing the same jeans every day. I was wearing the same shoes. I didn't have a house in the Hamptons like the rest of my peers. I didn't have, you know, season tickets to the Knicks sitting next to Spike Lee. And so for me, I've always had that chip of like proving to people like I am gonna do this, and like no matter what you said to me or what you said about me or like calling me the fat kid or whatever, like I'm going to get there and I'm gonna do it faster than you and I'm gonna be better than you and you just watch. And for me, a lot of the stuff that I've said I'm gonna do, I have done. I own my condo, I own my car. Almost all my student loans are paid off. I don't know any of my peers that could do that without like mom and dad's trust fund helping them. It means no matter what pain I'm going through, emotionally or physically, I need to figure it out. I need to find a way within me to get through it because no one else is gonna help me. And I think I've done that in my career. I was already promoted early. I advocate for myself, and because I know no one else is gonna advocate for me. And I think everyone should know that out there. You are your biggest hero, you are your biggest advocate, you are your biggest champion. And if you don't walk into any room like that, I personally don't think anyone's really gonna take you seriously. If you can't take yourself seriously, who's gonna take you seriously?
You just heard Britt Brown call herself the fat kid. Well, the fat kid has lost 60 pounds. She's to be commended. She's running 10K races just about every week, and she has been one of the top personalities in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse.
You know, it's all about the mindset, as you had mentioned. Britt Brown says what motivates her is the next Britt Brown. She wants other players like her to know that they have opportunities. It is possible to play lacrosse at a high level, to go to an Ivy League school, and just to excel on the field. So she wants to make sure that what she's doing, others know there are opportunities. But as she mentioned, you have to advocate.
You know, she says that she's the underdog, that lax isn't her profession. But to me, with what she's done and what she's accomplished in the last 5 weeks, she's a winner.
She is. Most players say that they love her as a teammate because she gets you going. She makes you feel like you can do things, and that's obvious in that clip.
We hope to see her back in the cage before too long, as we are enjoying Team Cummings and Team Glenn in a low-scoring, tied-up game. There's Britt on Athletes Unlimited. Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse on Fox Sports, presented by Geico. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com. Goalies have been difficult to solve today. 16 minutes complete, deadlock 3 apiece. Joe Beninati, Courtney Martinez, Connor with you. Courtney was a 5-time national champion at Maryland Court. When I see 3-3, I know that that's unusual on the scoreboard in this league. What can the offenses do to get back on track?
Well, first of all, give credit to the defense. They're playing two different styles, and they are playing tough and physical. They're playing their game well. Offensively, two different things. For Team Cummings, they're going to want to move the ball quickly. They want to send cutters. They want to make sure that zone is shifting. And then on the flip side, they want to look at isolations for Team Glenn. Right now, it's a little too clogged inside. When they clear space, that's where they have success.
Goalkeeping's been very good. Let's get to the first half highlights and a 6-stop from Angie Benson.
Angie Benson is so solid in the cage. We see right here that quick reaction for a behind-the-back shot. Not many players are willing to take that shot. And then at the reverse end, Britt Reed, she's holding her position so well and then coming up with that big save. Taylor Cummings getting first on the board for her team. Seeing Marie McCool cutting through. And then Alyssa Perella right off of her 8-meter, that quick start.
Trainer, dynamic as usual, wasting no time.
This was the start of the second quarter, and then Team Cummings started to figure things out offensively. Michelle Tumalo had great vision, seeing wide open cutters as they started sending them right off of inbound plays, number 1, number 2, back to back. Again, it's all about getting the ball out of your stick quickly and seeing the open cutters.
This was the final point on the board in the opening half. Nice individual effort from Grace Gabriel, whose game has really blossomed as this league has moved along. The numbers through 2 quarters play out like this.
When you look at the biggest glaring differences, Team Cummings outshooting Team Glenn, and then on the flip side, more saves for Team Glenn than Team Cummings. So look for a little bit of a change defensively, more pressure from Team Cummings. I know they want to protect their goalkeepers, but on the flip side, Team Glenn, they've got to shoot the ball in order to score. 6
goals, all singles. No multi-goal scorers just yet. On the Geico leaderboard, Taylor Cummings is a player who's prone to have multi-goal games. She's been quieted so far this afternoon, and still, though, a healthy lead over the keepers, Waters and Glenn. Getting set, Taylor will be resuming third quarter with you right after this. Rock and roll for the start of the third quarter in a game that's tied up at 3. Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse, Team Cummings dueling with Team Glenn. Alyssa Perella has been wearing a microphone for us today. Let's go into the game.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Hello, everyone. I don't know what to say, and I tried.
I'm face guarding Alyssa Perella today. I'm face guarding her.
I feel like I have to try to be funnier. I'm already not funny.
Just be yourself. I'm already not funny. Fine, really.
I really have to try.
Here we go, Taylor!
Oh.
Funny. That was funny.
That was funny.
Funny.
Get that. Get that.
Off of you.
And check.
And we're back.
Over and out.
Over and out. Here we go, T.
Also, you're on you're on this side and I'm up here. Since you're a lefty, we should
crisscross, because if you're open, you'll be on with your left hand, and if not, then I could slip back door. Courtney.
Right.
Yep.
I thought you were talking to just Grace.
I'm saying, like, if me and Grace like crisscross, she'll be coming down towards you with her left hand, and then I could also be back door with my right.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Discussions from Alyssa Perella, both comical and serious, as they compare microphones with Angie Benson. Alyssa, just a fantastic goal-scoring numbers at Hofstra. Speaking of those players who are kind enough to join us at the microphone, Captain Katie Glynn does so. She'll take over the goal circle in the second half. All right, so Katie, what did you tell your mates as far as what you want to get that mission accomplished in the next 2 quarters?
Oh, there you go. I can hear it now.
Katie,
Yep.
hi there.
Hi.
Well, I'm going to rehearse this again with you. What did you just tell your teammates as far as what you'd like to get that mission accomplished in the second half?
You know, I think something we did so well yesterday and we're doing well today is just grinding out everything, the little things, the 50-50 balls, the ground balls, you know, just focusing on the little things and grinding it out to get this win today.
Katie, we see a different defense from your team today. What was the decision in doing that?
Yeah, we went to switch into a zone. Team Gold has a lot of drivers, so we're trying to stop that drive and just lock it down on defense.
Katie, best wishes.
Thank you.
Thanks for spending some time with us. Third quarter at Maureen Hendricks Field, Maryland Soccerplex, about 30 miles north of Washington, D.C. Kayla Traynor has been matched up a lot with Becca Block throughout the day. Those two former Syracuse greats locked on to one another in this Athletes Unlimited lacrosse game as Britt Reed marches back to her goal circle. Sam Apuzzo would like to ignite her offensive flame in the next 2 quarters. Folks, when you join us in person at Maureen Hendricks Field, you can get an exclusive NFT. One day for you to do that, that's tomorrow. It's a free Athletes Unlimited digital collectible. All you have to do is be here in person and scan the QR code. Rolling out a new limited edition NFT tomorrow. Get your tickets, start collecting. AUProSports.com is the place to search for your tickets for Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Glynn, the familiar shadow boxing in her goal circle. She's ready. She tells the officials, Erica Leslie, Peggy Salucci, Liz Brush, and Kathy Russo today. Joe and Courtney with you. So glad to have you aboard. This is game 27 of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse on Fox Sports, presented by Geico. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com. One of the lowest scoring halves of the season at just 3-3. These two teams have pyrotechnic offenses, though, that are bound to come alive at any moment as McPartland brings it along.
At any moment, as you discussed, Joe, despite it just being 3-3, there have been 3 ties throughout the game, 2 lead changes, and a different goal scorer for each team. So all 3 goals coming from a different player. Love when you see that. It does mean that you're sharing the ball offensively because it's a team sport.
Apuzzo looking to McPartland. She'll swing it up top to McCool. McCool wearing that bandage or brace on her left knee. She was nicked a little bit yesterday. McPartland brings it to the captain, Cummings. Once more, Apuzzo from the severe angle. That was wide. The race to the ball, and it should belong to Perella, closest to the ball where and when it leaves the field on a missed shot. 1 minute into quarter 3, tied up at 3, and this is Geiger, ripped off by Apuzzo. Right on it, she scores! Sam Apuzzo with a surprise attack.
Each and every ride that Team Cummings has had, they have been able to cause turnovers. They are relentless. They pressure you the entire length of the field. And we see Sam Apuzzo right here all over the hands of Katrina Geiger, pressuring. That's 12 points for a caused turnover, 12 points for a goal. Sam Apuzzo is not done yet.
That's the way to have the point totals rack up in a hurry. Apuzzo, whose individual win-loss mark heading into play this weekend was just 3-9. She picked up the victory last night with Team Cummings as they overturned Kylie O'Miller's troops 13-6. Team Cummings has a date with the Waters tomorrow. That'll be the final game of the Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse season. Team Glynn squaring off with Cummings today. They'll see Kylie O'Miller's squad tomorrow. Cummings looking for the draw control. She was fouled. Possession belongs to the team in gold as Taylor checks out her jaw. Begs for a card that does not come from the official, Liz Brush. Courtney, to my knowledge, we haven't had a player up yet today, have we?
We have not. This is the first card. It's 60 seconds that Team Cummings is going to have.
Pass out of bounds, turns it back over to Katie Glenn's side in the blue jerseys. Kayla Wood, who was a captain 3 weeks of the 5 in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Outstanding playmaker who played collegiately at North Carolina. During the week of practice back on Thursday, the players were all wearing their collegiate gear. It was great to see them back in their college colors, and there are 8 former Tar Heels in Athletes Unlimited. Vanthoff, who played at Loyola, just missed there as Britt Reed stepped way out off of her line. The restart for Team Glenn with Fortunato on the flip to Perella. Perella not able to get around Cummings, who's very stout defensively as well among her many talents. Perella downhill against Cummings. The bounce shot fought off by Reed. She bunted that one over the end line. That should be a shot clock reset. It isn't, though. Fortunato turns, rolls it towards the goal. They did reset the clock accurately there. Fortunato thinking 2 outside the 8-meter key, nearly 3 minutes into the third.
60 seconds can go so quickly offensively, especially when the opposing team is riding you. But when you get a reset, it's a time to refocus, take a breather, and then find those next best opportunities using that shot clock to your advantage.
Cause turnover, takeaway, ground ball, Taylor Cummings. 14 more points in one fell swoop at the defensive end. On the run, McPartland fires. Ooh, gosh, that hit Kayla Wood. And she's dabbing at her face. That is extremely dangerous. Kayla bouncing back up, but jogging to the sideline. Kayla Wood doffing the goggles and heading right for the bench and/or medical tent.
She had gotten hit in the jaw earlier on the field. The trainers had already taken a look at her.
Kayla shaking it off. We're back after this. 4-3 the score for Team Cummings. At the Team Glenn bench, Kayla Wood still receiving treatment from the athletic trainers after she was struck. It appears to be the left side of her face, jaw. McPartland shooting here.
And there's no question that ball came out of McPartland's stick. If it hits a defensive player above the knee, it's a red.
Liz Brush has shown that red card to Kelly McPartland. That was the facilitator there for Team Cummings. Abby Jackson looking on, but 38 in the gold, who did not play yesterday, she was injured, has now been excused from the game. Similar to last weekend, Courtney, Marie McCool. She was ejected for a red card after she hit Molly Garrett in the small of her back.
The onus is on the offensive player. There's no shooting space call in Athletes Unlimited, but even in the collegiate game, if a defensive player is in shooting space and you shoot the ball and hit them, it's on you offensively. So again, it was within her right to not shoot that ball. That's why the red is given in Athletes Unlimited. It's an opportunity. She could have moved the ball, not taken the shot, faked it, and continued to challenge in and dodge by those defenders.
This is Kayla Wood, who began the day among the top 7 on the overall leaderboard. We could tell immediately that she was in significant pain as they apply ice to her after being struck on a shot from Kelly McPartland. McPartland, the former Terrapin, excused from the game now with the red card.
Joe, you were a former goalie. It doesn't feel good when it hits you in the legs, let alone in the face, the jaw.
You get that ringing sensation, too, when you get hit in the face mask alone, much less hit in the jaw directly, and it appeared to be the jaw side of the face above the clavicle for Kayla Wood. Does us no good to speculate, but you could see the impact point. The Geico leaderboard with Kayla presently in 5th in the blue jerseys. There are 3 blue jerseyed players among the top 5. Taylor Cummings has a significant lead but the race for the top 4 medals is extremely close.
When you look at all of these players on that leaderboard, we have Team Cummings and Team Glenn in gold and blue. They're going to be the ones moving up right now because they're playing in a game. However, the team purple as well as orange, they're going to be playing later today, and that's when they'll have the opportunity to move up that leaderboard.
That's Waters and Ohlmiller, scheduled for 3 p.m. Eastern. Apuzzo has the only goal in this third quarter. There are 20 points on the line when you win a quarter for everybody on your team, so the team dressed in gold has the advantage in this frame. They've exchanged win points the first 2 quarters. Perella from the top, O'Donnell outside the key. Behind the cage for Trainer, she fakes the flip. Kayla inside for Hench, denied there. As Reed hatches that lacrosse ball in the goal circle. She plopped down on it to make that stop, give her 6 more points for the goalie save. 6-on-6 at this end of the field. Remember now, it's player up for Team Glenn.
Joe, we see right there Britt Reed smothering that ball on the ground. That's what you teach all young keepers. You can't find it, collapse on it, and she sat on it.
Right now, the team in gold is playing a player down. The team in blue can double here since they are the player up. And just realizing that now as McCool is ragging more time from the red card issued to McPartland. Glenn, defenders stretching out a bit. 23 seconds left in the player up. Tumalo playing short-handed here, whistles that one wide. As it's hustled to the end line, Cummings gonna drop it off. Team Glenn has possession. And they are player up for another 7 seconds. Tiana Walfer brings it ahead. Walfer explaining that she was thrilled to be part of Athletes Unlimited this summer, helping her become one of the female pioneer athletes. Trainer going to the goal off the roll dodge. There's the double from block, beautifully timed. As Pelton jogs it back ahead. She'll field for Cummings. Taylor Cummings, 3 times a Tewaaraton Award winner, the only player, male or female, in history to ever do that. Stevens lurking behind the cage, bringing on around to McCool. McCool dancing with it. Picked up on the perimeter by Walfer. Blustery 80-degree day here at Maureen Hendricks Field at the Maryland Soccerplex. Cummings, turn it to McCool. Off the split dodge, 17 seconds to shoot. Apuzzo, skip it. Ronbeck off the split. Ronbeck ran out of racetrack. Apuzzo shut down by Geiger. Cummings inside to score.
Just as they talked about figuring out the zone, they eventually would, and they've certainly done that. They're sending cutters offensively, making the zone, the players inside have to move around and cover multiple players at one time, and you physically can't do that. So they have patience. We see that ball quickly move from Sam Apuzzo to Taylor Cummings inside. Her head is up the entire time, and we see a bunch of defenders around her, but they're not playing on any one particular person. Again, they're playing an area, which once you have quick ball movement and cuts, that's how you better enable yourself to beat that zone, which has stifled them early on in the game.
Taylor Cummings, who had 3 goals yesterday, had 10 draw controls. Getting some refreshments, getting back in the huddle. Her team has had the control of the draw most of the day. Team Cummings has won the last 3, to be specific. It's a 5-3 advantage, and we had a chance to catch up with Taylor and ask her why it is that she loves this great sport.
I love lacrosse because I've met the best people throughout this game. You know, I started and I was a young player who wasn't really good, but the people kept me in it, and between that, the people and the fast pace, the competitive, it's a place where I feel the truest form of myself. So I have loved playing for the past 20 years, and I'm very fortunate to continue doing so.
Courtney, that's a player who's won at just about every level, right? You made mention to me just how often she was winning games at McDonough in high school.
At McDonough, she won a soccer championship, multiple lacrosse championships, continued her ways at Maryland with national championships, and then Team USA. She's won a gold medal with them as well.
First time today that either team has had a 2-point cushion. Just over 140 left in this third quarter. To the draw circle. Our attention gets focused. You see the players jockeying for position. The specialists pop it out there, and McCool comes down with the ball. Marie McCool will advance it to Michelle Tumalo. Marked quickly on the outside by Kristen Carr. Carr, who led Team Glynn a weekend ago in ground balls. She's always around the object ball in this sport. 20 points on the line for whomever wins the quarter, and right now that's Team Cummings with a 2. The tallies from Apuzzo and Cummings, spotting them to the lead. Stevens draws near. Cummings lets it fly off the post. Big rebound to McCool. Fresh 60-second shot clock when you hit the goal frame, or if the goalie makes the save.
Joe, they can pretty much almost take the entire time in the remainder of this third quarter, making sure they don't cough up the ball, give it back to Team Glynn, giving them an opportunity to put any points on the board, because all it takes is a 2-pointer, and they have Shayna Pareka, who has done that continuously in Athletes Unlimited.
We get the timeout with 45.7 to play in the third. That would be wise of them to just sit on it here and bank 20 points for everybody dressed in gold. 5-3 advantage overall by Athletes Unlimited standards. This is a low-scoring game. And Taylor Cummings' team hoping to improve to 2-0 this weekend. 5-3 on the big board. We've mentioned that season 2 of softball begins a week from today. During the week of practice, the lacrosse players broke out the wiffle ball bats in an homage to the softball players.
And we're getting ready for a softball season, practicing with our wiffle balls, and sad to see it go, but excited for softball. And you're watching Athletes Unlimited.
Izzy McMahon with a bat flip there. Top 4 finishers in softball a season ago, Osterman and Warren and Hayward. Athletes Unlimited beginning in Rosemont a week from today. The roster's up to 60 now, Court. They've added a few pitchers.
This is going to be their second season. Looking forward to see a lot of players who played in the Olympics now competing in season 2 of Athletes Unlimited softball.
Japan, US, Canada, gold, silver, and bronze in Tokyo. Italy and Mexico also represented in Athletes Unlimited softball as Marie McCool dances down to score and double up Team Glynn at 6-3.
You know, we see the look on Team Glynn right now. A little bit of defeated because the score is doubled up on, but 3 goals are quickly and easily able to come back from. That nice little 2-man game where Marie McCool was able to come off of the pick cleanly, miscommunication defensively, and the offense was able to capitalize. Anytime there's a 2-man game, defense has to communicate early. Otherwise, you have opportunities like this offensively where when you're coming one-on-one with the goalie and no defender in sight.
Such a valuable asset to any offense. Marie McCool, 10 multi-goal games this season. She's wearing gold this weekend for Team Cummings. We had 58 players in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. 18 of them, Court, wore all 4 different colors before the end of the season. 3-0 for Team Cummings in this frame alone, and another draw control for Taylor, but then she coughed it up. The turnover is a -8. Shayna Pareca on the go. Final 10 ticks of quarter 3. O'Donnell has to work quickly with Perella. Perella lets it fly. Reed makes the save, looks over her shoulder and says, I'll just chill for the last 2 seconds of the quarter. Team Cummings has a 3-point advantage as we go to the 4th, tearing it up.
Can't get enough, tearing it up.
24 minutes in the books in this game, 27. We'll play 30 when it's all said and done by the end of business tomorrow. 6-3, Team Cummings has the advantage over Team Glenn. Our Geico Defensive Player of the Game, Courtney, this is how you ride.
Sam Apuzzo, we see her highlighted right here. She tracks that ball the entire way. Her eyes were on it. As soon as her defensive player caught that ball, she was ready with her check. She is relentless all over the field in this ride, ultimately culminating in a goal, and that's the best kind of defense when it translates into offense.
Riding and redefending on display there from Sam Apuzzo, the brilliant natural goal scorer in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Tomorrow we'll be awarding the Geico Defensive Player of the Year. The Athletes Unlimited Award will come with an added $5,000 bonus for the winner. There are the nominees on screen in court. The top 3 players are going to be voted on. All you need to do is log into your Unlimited Club member portal to vote. Top 3 players have been selected. That's Block, Simpkins, and Wood. Kayla Wood, great sign to see her back after she took a lacrosse ball near the neck and face. Kelly McPartland was ejected for the red card. Score by quarter. The 2 teams flip-flopped the first and second, each winning 20 points for that. In the third, Apuzzo, Cummings, and McCool back-to-back-to-back. So the Golden Girls bag another 20, and Taylor Cummings' lead overall continues to grow.
The lacrosse is a game of runs, and right now in that third quarter, Team Cummings with 3 back-to-back goals, nothing by Team Glenn in that third quarter, but all that can change in the fourth. The fourth quarter can have multiple goals from both teams where it's a bigger, stronger battle. But as we talked about the defensive players of the year, 2 of them in this game, it's no surprise that each of these teams are doing well on the defensive end.
5 of the last 6 points on the board for Team Cummings. Team Cummings being backed up by the netminder, Britt Reed. Britt, what have you seen from your team offensively that makes you think things are in good shape for the 4th now?
They're staying so composed. They're keeping the ball moving. They're getting their shots off, and they keep shooting, and they're starting to fall, and they're just staying so composed and moving the ball.
Why are you pacing so much? You got the lead.
Keeps me ready.
I see.
Joe, that's just what I was about to ask her. Britt, talk about your defense in front of you. They didn't allow any goals within that third quarter.
They're awesome. We're playing so aggressive. We're all on the same page. We just got to keep it up going into the fourth quarter.
We'll see you, nervous Nelly. Thanks very much. There she goes, the Samurai on the posts. A sure sign that the fourth quarter begins. 6-3. Team Cummings in the gold jerseys has the advantage. We'll crown an individual champion tomorrow night. Game 2 today, scheduled for 3 p.m. Eastern. Team Waters and Team Ohlmiller, both of them bested yesterday by these 2 sides that we're watching now. Behind the cage, Apuzzo sharing the ball with Michelle Tumalo. All day long, Team Glenn has played zone against this group in gold. Ronbeck sliding between defenders, acrobatically threw it over top of the net. Shot clock at 35. There's an 8-meter key. Ronbeck gets inside of it, lost the handle. Picked up on the run by McCool. Marie glides to find Apuzzo. Feed it inside, Stevens! And she stashes it.
Molly Stevens does such a great job sitting inside of that 8-meter area. She gives her team a nice target. Molly's 5'7", always has her stick in that ready position. We see as the ball goes from up top to behind the cage, she's just ever so slightly shading to the ball, showing for the ball, asking for it with her stick up, ready to receive it. And that wasn't quite a quick stick, a slight little hesitation before she shot, but she knows she doesn't have much time inside with those collapsing defenders. Great job, as you see right here from this camera angle. Her placement is what is that best opportunity to score a goal.
4 unanswered goals for Team Cummings in a little less than 8 minutes. Stevens, the former Big East Attacker of the Year out of Florida. She was a captain of the Gators in 2017. Largest lead on the day is 4 points now as Cummings goes back to work with Taylor Vanthoff at the draw circle, and it's Kayla Trainer who pops up with it. Trainer's been a little bit less visible the last 5-10 minutes. I would imagine 21 in blue has got to turn it up. She's got to draw her attention on earning a medal, getting into the top 4 on the leaderboard by tomorrow night. She's well within striking distance. O'Donnell lost it there on the flip. Block was hedging out to shut off Trainer. Trainer rolls.
Joey just saw her stick work right there, that one-handed grab. Tremendous job, her strength. She's just able to do so much with her stick. And I guarantee if they cleared a lane, she'd be able to take it to cage.
It is uncanny what she can do with that lacrosse stick. Pareca on the split dodge, getting back to her strong hand. Fortunato, who I don't think has a shot today, and that's very unusual. She's among the top 5 in shots. She's among the top 5 in goals all season. Great catch and score! O'Donnell.
We haven't seen a lot of feeds inside by Team Glenn. They've been looking for a lot of isolation situations, but I love the handle by Katie O'Donnell wearing number 9 in blue. Courtney Fortunato with not a traditional feed, with a riser feed on the move from behind the goal cage. Kind of wasn't expecting it defensively, but her teammate Katie O'Donnell was an excellent handle. She was patient, she brought it down under control for that goal, putting Glenn on the board. Their last one was in the second quarter.
Katie jogging off, closing in on 1,000 points for her overall leaderboard totals. As the drought ends for Team Glenn, upwards of 11 minutes. It's a 7-4 lead for Team Cummings with 6 and change to go in the 4th and final frame. Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse on Fox Sports, presented by Geico. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com. Kayla Wood kicks it ahead. We saw Kayla get injured in the last quarter. Remarkably, she's back none the worse for wear, it would appear. Possessions are necessary for Team Glenn as they try to chase down Team Cummings. Trainer, 21 in the blue, has the goal of the day that wasn't a goal. It was overturned. Can she duplicate it? The pass that's into the chest and away from the cross of its intended target. It's a turnover. Britt Reed leaving the goal circle to help out.
MC Byrne coming up with that play. She's done a great job defensively. It's caused a few turnovers. It's all about anticipation.
MC Byrne, that was her calling card when she played at Virginia Tech. She's top 3 among the Hokies all time when it comes to caused turnovers. Cummings fires, stopped there by Glenn. The two captains meeting there. Katie, who does her work in the second half, spots the open Alyssa Perella. She'll sprint to the attack end. 6 more points for Glenn on the stop. Pareca thinking about the 2, lost it there as she worked into her split dodge. Then she bumps into Becca Block. Block playing player ball there, comes up with Cummings, and it's away for Little. Little avoids the over-the-head check of Taylor Vanthoff twice. Feeds it inside, picked off by Geiger. 4.5 to go.
The back and forth, Joe, I can't tell you how tiring that is for middies. They're basically sprinting from inside of one 8-meter area to another. a lot of sprints when you think about just 60 seconds, but yet they're doing it in 10, 20 seconds back and forth.
Terrific athletes. Great athletes on the field. Fortunato waiting. O'Donnell, the last player on the board for the team dressed in blue. Perella had the first goal today via a free position shot. She's picked up by McCool halfway through the fourth. 18 seconds to shoot. Pareca off the roll. Lets it fly. That would have been 2. It sails wide of the goal. Shayna Pareca, Nicole Levy leading the league in 2s. Trainer on the wraparound didn't get that one to fall. Little has the ground ball for Team Cummings. Reed is so good about getting out of that circle to help. She rolls this one to Kira Pelton. All Kira does is win. Pelton on this season, an individual win-loss record of 10-3. Cummings feeds. Apuzzo has that, and she says, let's chill. 3-point advantage, 3:15 to go in the fourth.
When you look at this offense right now, Apuzzo, Cummings, McCool, Tumalo, all players who are currently in the mix offensively for Team USA. It's high-powered.
4 medals on the line for the top 4 on the leaderboard. 1 individual champion. Apuzzo sets her feet, steps in and fires to score! Sam Apuzzo with a rocket to the top shelf. The hat trick once again for number 14.
Defensively, we saw Team Glenn sitting back a little bit. That creates opportunities for the offense, which Sam Apuzzo took advantage of. Her eyes are up. She sees it the whole way through. Team Cummings celebrating.
Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse on Fox Sports is sponsored by Guaranteed Rate. If you believe it, you can do it. 5 weeks, don't they go by in a blink? Katie Glenn smiling for her close-up back on Media Day 5 weeks ago. Hallie Majorana scored the first ever goal in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Did it 8 seconds into the contest. She knows how to juggle her responsibilities. As we continue right along, Sam Apuzzo, there's something to be said for consistency. Courtney, yesterday 3 goals and an assist. Today, 3 goals and an assist.
We've even seen Sam take some draw controls, but it's her ability to be a threat all over the field. We see right there, she has cutting. She knows when and where to cut. She knows how to ride. Get the ball back for her team, which is what you need in order to score. Right there, an excellent check and a quick finish. And then she also can dodge. She's very shifty. She knows when she has a space and a lane. And right there, she could have shot from a distance, took it in closer. It's what any smart offensive player would do.
You rack up points in a variety of different ways. Stat points is one of those ways. And look at the way the gold is recognized, Team Cummings, on those individual stat point leaders.
Every single one of those players coming up with statistics because they are all over the field. We just saw Sam cause a turnover, and she's an attacker, and that's just as good as a goal. So not surprised with any one of those players. While this is a team sport, that's how they earn more points for the stats.
Part of being a champion in Athletes Unlimited, being able to lead and assemble these unique teams. They were drafted back on Monday, and as soon as the first 5 rounds were done, you and I looked at each other and said, whoa, Team Cummings looks awfully formidable. They are in the driver's seat now with 2 and change to go in the fourth. There's good defense from Molly Little. Little just got crowned on top of the head. That's going to be a card and a player up for Team Cummings. The fourth quarter scoring led by Team Cummings. Remember yesterday they swept through as they put down Kylie Ohlmiller's squad. 8-4, the advantage for Team Cummings. The yellow card has been assessed to Shayna Pareca.
Joe, ideally, when you're trying to claw your way back into the game, you don't want to be a player down defensively. That's certainly not helpful to get yourself back into that scoring opportunity.
Folks, we want you to dress like the pros, so you need to head to auprosports.com. Get your Athletes Unlimited gear. Don't forget to follow on social at AU Pro Sports for exclusive inside content. Friends and family, special guests checking us out today here at Maureen Hendricks Field at the Maryland Soccerplex. We're some 30 miles north of Washington, D.C. There's Katrina Geiger's mom, middle of the screen, Kathleen. You've told me time after time just how talented a player she was.
An amazing U.S. player. She won 3 gold medals. She was a shooter. Much like Katrina played different positions at Loyola, ended her career on the defensive end, and that's where we see her in Athletes Unlimited. But her mom was a sniper from downtown.
Katrina, the daughter of Kathleen and Alan, she was telling us before this season began she wanted little kids to dream big. There's Katrina Geiger. The dentists just love it when you chew on the mouthpiece. They just think that's terrific.
Each of those mouthpieces made specifically for each and every one of the players. You got to keep your teeth. It's one thing you tell every single player. When you get hit in the face, if that mouth guard is not in, you're going to be looking like a hockey player.
I'm sure that mouth guard helped Kayla Wood earlier today. That was scary looking. The in-game leaderboard, these players are on the field right now. Taylor Cummings, a comfortable advantage in the driver's seat to win the gold medal. An individual champion to be crowned in this inaugural season of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Softball starts season number 2 a week from today. Taylor hoping to join the likes of Kat Osterman, Jordan Larson in volleyball into the book of Unlimited. Waning stages of the 4th. It's a 2-1 advantage for the team in gold in this frame, trying to pick up another 20 points. They would get 45 as a team should they hold on and win the game overall.
And there's 2 different strategies. It's either you're a man up, continue to attack the goal hard, or you're winning. So take your time, use the shot clock to your advantage.
They run a set piece inside for the captain. Cummings did not shoot it there. Trying to take some time off the game clock. Ron Beck changed the formation, switched the point of attack. 80 seconds left. Find Cummings there for his drive that went wide. Backup belongs to Tumalo, wasting no time off the end line. Player up comes to its end right now. We're back to 6-on-6. Entering the picture in a hurry will be Alyssa Perella.
And they gave that save to Katie Glynn. She did tip it, so that extra 60 seconds. Now they're equal and even on the field. However, playing on defense, they need to get out, pressure the ball, try and win it back.
And the goalie picked up an individual 6 points for the save, and we know that Katie's right in the mix to be in the top 4. Waters and Oldmiller scheduled for a 3 p.m. Eastern start. That will conclude our Saturday festivities. 2 games tomorrow. Team Glynn gets Oldmiller. Team Cummings gets Waters in the nightcap. Championship weekend unfolding. Pass it inside. Quick stick of Puzo just missed, looking for a 4th. On the back up there, Stevens. She fired it wide. 15 seconds left, and Team Cummings is going to bank another victory. There's not enough time for Perella and friends. O'Donnell gets it ahead. 4 seconds now, 3. As the clock expires. This ball down, Vanthoff at the buzzer. Does it count? The officials are washing it out on the field. It was after 0-0. Team Cummings, no matter. The victor today.
Team Cummings proving dominant on the field. A little bit extra rest over Team Glynn can make all the difference. Obviously, they were without a midfielder in Kelly McPartland.
Courtney, that goal or potential goal there late at the final horn would have mattered with respect to the quarter point. So the call on the field was a washout. I'm sure that they may review to be sure of it. It does not impact the final score. Kayla Trainer's side falling to Team Cummings. Katie Glynn's the captain of that unit. It's a setback for 0-0 and her mates, but the question was that a good goal at the end? If it was, it would have carried over the points. The points nonetheless would belong to the team in gold. With so many options on offense, Sam Apuzzo is always that first button you might choose to push.
Sam Apuzzo, she is a force on the field. She does her job, whether it's by cutting offensively, showing herself for her teammates, or attacking from a caused turnover right here. That effort, the intensity, the entire time she was anticipating, again, battling to get that ball back for her team. And then we see this last one. She has the ability to dodge. She's so quick inside, very shifty offensively.
Team Cummings, 8-4 victors. Sam Apuzzo is kind enough to join us post-game. And Sam, normally victorious teams are well into double figures in this league. Why was it so difficult to score today?
Yeah, they were playing a really tough zone today, packing it in. They have some great defenders, so they definitely made our job a little bit harder. We're happy we were able to come out top, but they definitely did a really good job against our offense.
Sam, talk about the draw. We saw some battles out there. We saw you taking some as well. What was that like?
Yeah, I think the draw in this game, in this league, is the hardest part of the game. It's definitely a battle every single time the ball is going up. I think Taylor, Marie, and Becca battled so hard today, and we were able to come out on top.
Now, you earned a goal by riding hard. Tell the young players at home what the importance of that is as an offensive player.
Yeah, I mean, when you think of attack, you don't really think of defensive, but I think personally I love the aspect of riding and kind of getting the ball back and fighting for the ball. It's definitely a really big part of your game and making sure you're helping your team as much as you can, not just offensively, but also defensively on the ball.
Sam, we're 2/3 of the way through championship weekend. We've been telling the viewers time after time what the overall leaderboard looks like. How aware are you and your fellow players of where everybody stands?
Honestly, when you're on the field, you don't really think about the scoreboard or the leaderboard. You're just thinking about the game and that single play and staying in the moment, because that's the only thing you can do during this league.
Sam, we appreciate it. Thanks very much. Best of luck in closing the season tomorrow.
Thanks so much.
Sam Apuzzo, 3 goals, 2 assists, along the way to a victory, an 8-4 decision for Team Taylor Cummings. And the captain, as usual, made her mark.
Taylor Cummings, she does such a great job on the field. We see that she's cutting from the top side. Sam Apuzzo, who we just spoke to, had all eyes on her. They work so very well together. But Taylor is a dodger in her own right as well. We didn't necessarily see that, but she does all the little things, draw controls, ground balls, causing turnovers.
Joining us for the second time today, Taylor, last night's was more convincing a victory. What does it say for your team to be able to win these games in which they're battle tested?
Every game here is so tough, and to win like a gritty, close game as a group, especially on game 14 where we're all a little tired, just shows the resilience of my team, the resilience of our players, and just how much we love to compete.
Taylor, we saw a big difference between quarter 2 and quarter 3. You talked with us about it a little bit at halftime. What were those strategies that you think propelled your team to victory?
I think offensively we were able to understand their zone a little bit more, slip into the spaces, and really move the ball quick. And then defensively, Molly Little, Becca Block, KP, Sarah Brown, everyone played really well, and then Britt, as always, held us tough in the cage.
Taylor, nothing's over till it's over, but please give us a sense for your excitement level. When we flash up the Geico overall leaderboard, you have a nice lead going into tomorrow. What are your thoughts going into that final game?
I just want to go and enjoy the game with my teammates. Playing lacrosse is a team sport. It's what it's all about, is just winning together as a group, and our goal is to go 1-0 tomorrow and really just enjoy the last time we get to experience this as a group together.
You've been so good about deflecting praise to your mates all through these 5 weeks. Thanks very much for your time.
Thank you.
Taylor Cummings, victorious today, an 8-4 final. Back with more post-game thoughts in just a few moments. Sam Apuzzo from close range. Forget about it, Katie Glynn. 8-4. Cummings, a winner today. Apuzzo with 3+2. And well worth getting that autograph now from the pros of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Joe Beninati Courtney Martinez-Connor with you in the final moments of our chat. Game 1 today of 2. Soon to come, Waters against Ohlmiller. You see where Waters and Ohlmiller are on the collective leaderboard. Kylie has plummeted down to 9th now. Taylor Cummings is nearing 1,900 points. She's in the driver's seat for sure, Courtney.
Every time that her team wins, it does a benefit to everyone in those gold jerseys, but she is the one who has to individually do things on the field, and we definitely saw her battling at the draw, obviously scoring several goals today. And then when you get those individual statistics, others notice, and then that's how you get the opportunity to have MVP votes in your name, which means so much.
The pros making a great impression on the youngsters watching here at Maureen Hendricks Field at the Maryland Soccerplex. Throughout the 5 weeks of Athletes Unlimited, the players have been behaving like pros with the microphones. Sometimes, however, the players can be fascinated with their microphones. Listen in to Alyssa Perella.
Give a shout out. Your sister's really cool.
My sister's really cool.
She has a cool name too.
Yeah, Tiana.
Tiana. Oh, cool.
Are we in her mics? My sister is really
yeah,
cool.
Alyssa's sister's really cool. Her name's Tiana. With one N.
She sent a text that morning in Einstein.
Oh, hey, that's me. Woo! Instagram.
Hey, you want to speak to the camera?
Walker.
Yeah. Hi, Mom. Hi.
Aww.
Aww.
We're strong.
Yeah, here we go, Blue. Wait, we still have 5? Yeah.
Nope, it was just 7-3.
No, it was not.
I swear to God.
Then we were down by 3. No, you're lying to my.
Michelle Tumalo telling lies out there. Her team victorious today, no lie in that. 8-4 for Team Cummings.
Team Cummings, just what a great job offensively that they did under a tough defense. That zone was really hard to crack. Credit to both defenses playing solid, but ultimately they were able to figure out how to beat the zone based upon cuts, quick ball movement. They did a great job of changing their game plan in that second quarter, quarters 3 and 4.
Big smiles on the faces of McCool and Cummings. Yeah, we see you there, Marie. There are just now 3 games to play left in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. We can peek at the schedule ahead. 3 p.m. today, Facebook and YouTube. You can check us out. It's Ohlmiller and Waters. And then tomorrow we'll close the book on the Book of Unlimited, and we will inscribe a champion and 4 medalists, a Defensive Player of the Year in closing ceremonies. All that is to come, but for now, the emphasis is riding high on Team Cummings. And can anybody catch her? And how much flip-flop in positions there will be for positions 2, 3, and 4. It's a tight race in the chase pack. For Courtney Martinez-Connor, for all the men and women in our technical crew, Joe Beninati, thanks so much for your time. Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse continues at 3 p.m. on the digital platforms. Today, the team in gold with Sam Apuzzo in the driver's seat, a winner.